everybody, it's Mark here, and today is gonna be day number 8. I'm losing track. I've been that's why I've got to write it down on here, see? Right, today's day number 8 of the Farmfoods challenge. And for those who haven't been keeping up, I've gone down to the Farmfoods, which is a freezer company, a frozen food company, a bit like Iceland, only smaller, you know. Anyway, so you go in there, they've got like a couple of dozen freezers, they're all full of frozen stuff, dried stuff as well, you know, pasta and sauces and cereals and stuff. But anyway, if you're in England, it's pretty much an Iceland but lower budget. Okay, so the idea was I've gone in there with 25 quid, bought a load of stuff, and I'm going to see how many meals I can make out of that 25 quid. And today will be the 8th day, and I'll show you on that board over there what I've been doing. Okay, so yeah, as you can imagine, after 8 meals, the amount of ingredients I've got left is pretty thin. So, but what I'm doing today, oh actually this noise, if you can hear this noise, it's my bread maker. I'm making some bread for to go with tomorrow's dinner. Anyway, so yeah, what I'll be doing today, as you'll have seen these in other previous videos, these are the Super Savers 30 fish fingers for 2 quid, which I've calculated it all down here somewhere. Right, 30 fish fingers for 2 quid is 6.5 pence each. So I've got some of those in the oven. I had 2. I've got 1 more left in the box. The Young's fish. This is 4 quid, and there's 4 of them in there, so they're £1 each. So 1 of those will be going in. And almost lastly, the toppers. Now these are 3 boxes. There's 4 in a box. 3 boxes for 5 quid. Got ham and cheese with chicken breast, broccoli and cheese, which I've got in there today, and ham and cheese, which I've got the broccoli in today's dinner, and I think, oh yeah, the cheese and ham. So I've only got 2 of those for in today's dinner. I didn't want to overdo it. And also, lastly, actually let me just throw this back in the freezer. Lastly, to top it off, the chips. Now, I've explained the other day that I bought a 2-kilo bag of chips, or French fries if you're a foreigner. Right, 2 kilos of it for £1.59. Now I split that into 4 individual sandwich bags, which means that each sandwich bag is 40 pence. Now what I've done is I've taken one of my last little sandwich bag of chips, split that into 2, and half of that is in there. So I've got half a bag left. So basically 20 pence worth of chips. Okay, so that's that. Yeah. Anyway, I'll pull that out of the oven in a minute. Half a bag of chips. Normally it's 40. I use 40 pence worth. I use, what's that? 500 grams, I think. Anyway, half of it is going to cost 20 pence. That big fish I showed you from the Young's company, 4 of them in there for 4 quid. That's so that £1 each. Toppers, they're 41.5 pence to be exact each. Using 2 of them, so that's 83 pence. For the 2. Got the cheese and ham and the broccoli and ham. Fish fingers, 4 of them. They're 6.5 pence each. Right, that's the oven. Put it on there. 4 fish fingers, 6.5 pence each. That's 26 pence. So today's dinner is going to run me £2.29 pence. There we are. And I think you'll agree. Yeah, some bread for tomorrow in the machine. It's making a bit of a racket. What I'm doing, I've actually, just on a side note, normally I do the small 1 kilo, one pound loaf. Today I'm doing a 2 pound loaf. Man, that's good. So you know, it's going to be a big one. Okay, so this is what it all looks like. It's a bit of a pain because I've had to, oh man, because I've got the chips, I've got the big fish, I've got the 2 toppers, and I've got 4 fish fingers, right? So you've got 4 different food items that are going to be cooked in the same convection oven, but each of them take different amounts of cooking time. Oh, I tell you. So you've got to put one in for 5 minutes, then throw something else in for, let that cook for another 10. Throw the fish fingers in last because they take like 12 to 15 minutes. Oh boy, it's a nightmare. But I think I've managed to do it. Now, there we go. Right, look here. Oh boy. Right, there we go. Yep. Done it. Thought I lost something in. Right, yeah, that's how we do that. It's a whole lot easier than the way I was doing it before. You end up losing chips and God almighty. Right. Okay, so yeah, I tell you what, I've been doing pretty good. What I'm gonna do, this bread is gonna be used for tomorrow's dinner. Alright. Bread wasn't in the budget. Because for the first half a dozen, with the exception of, what was it, I used cheese 2 times, because I had a bag of cheese. Christ almighty. I had a bag of cheese, and I was sort of like a bit reluctant to use it at the beginning. Because it wasn't in the budget. But I figured, cheese is something you're going to have laying around the house, possibly. And with the bread, I figure bread doesn't have to be in the menu or in the budget because it's, unlike me, I don't usually have bread laying around the place because, even before I got my machine. But, bread is something you're likely to have around. So, I just, anyway, I'm going to make that for tomorrow. Okay, so, we got the 2 toppers, 1 and 2, that big bit of fish, 4 fish fingers, some chips. Oh, actually, I've actually got a few shout-outs to do. And, also, you may have been, if you're subscribed to me, or Pete Thomas, or Rick's Food Channel, or Chris the Butcher and friends, you'll have heard that Chris the Butcher, he come up with a great idea to help, because we're getting stuffed by the YouTube channel, because they're going to be demonetizing our videos. So it really is a pain for the little guys, like us. So what Chris the Butcher did, have a look at his video. Basically the idea was, he'd shout out some people who you're subscribed to or you like their channels, give them a shout out, help promote their little channel to grow, just because that's what it is, give them some, bit of a shout, bit of, get people listening to their name, and in return, hopefully they'll shout out yours, give you the shout out from, to all their subscribers, and also they'll shout out another 3 or 4 or whatever they've got in their favourites. So you pass it forward. You shout out the guy who shouted out, give you the shout out, and then you pass on a few shout outs. So actually, so I'll take that opportunity to do another one here. Like I mentioned before, I don't know how to add it onto the screen there, so I have to write it down. The Real Show Barbecue. What that is, that's one word. There we go. That's one word. The Real Show Barbecue. I've actually looked at a few of his videos. It's an American channel, and what he does he uses all different kinds of meats, and basically he does a lot of barbecuing. Okay, everything from ribs to slabs of meat. Sorry, I was distracted. But yeah, you know, so if you ever have I find it interesting because I mean, I've had barbecues out the front of the house, but I find that, you know, I've been looking at him for some inspiration that I can do in the kitchen, because I mean, basically a barbecue is just you know, an oven, you know, so I'll be able to do that in here. The difference being, because he's American, he's got, you know, barbecue sauces and powders that we wouldn't have access to, but we have the equivalent over here. So if you're interested in doing any cookery, barbecue cookery in the kitchen, or even in, you know, when it comes to the summertime, check the guy out, have a look. Doesn't cost you anything. You know, say that Mark's Remarks sent you. Anyway, and yeah, you know, maybe we can keep this ball rolling. You know, that Chris started with the you know, with the shout outs. You know, maybe we can keep it going. So, you know, get some participation across the pond. You know, okay. Well, so I'll be watching some more of his, trying to get some. And if I find some dishes that I can do in here, I'll be doing them. You know, get some special sauces and make a video of it. Okay, so that's that. And oh, let me do a shout out for Charlie Leach. She said, oh, it was when I did the WKD video. That's that blue vodka drink. What she does, she puts a shot or two of port in a glass and then fills it up with a WKD. She calls it, or apparently it's known as the Cheeky Vimtos. But yeah, I've never had port myself. But yeah, interesting drink though, interesting combination. I used to be a barman years ago in my youth, and I used to come up with have people come up with some crazy drinks. But never heard of that one. Dagenham Dave, a big thank you to him. He tells me he's posted one of my videos on Facebook, which I thank you to him, because that'll be a big help. You know, because personally I don't have access to Facebook, and I haven't got a clue how any of that works. But I do know that it's a good way of getting your videos out there, and you know, I tell you, because you know, any help that, you know, I mean, anybody else who's looking out there, you know, if you have access to that, by all means, choose a video that you like, and you know, post it on there, you know, for all to see. It's a big help. So thank you to Dagenham Dave for his support in that regard. Okay. All right, and I'm going to try and hold this up. Anyway, so today's dinner is basically, it's going to be three different types of fish. Is this actually, well, two types of fish, and one of the toppers is a chicken. So we've got chicken and fish, chicken, two fishes and chips. It's actually, you know, the only thing you need with this is some beans, perhaps. Well, I do have some co-op beans. I was thinking about throwing these in one of the dishes. I didn't want to stray too far away from the from the £25. If I start adding stuff, you know, it's a sort of defeats the object of trying to keep within a budget. But I don't think I'll need it. I don't think I can make too many dishes more, you know. I can make one for tomorrow, and I'll see if I can see what I can do with that. I know what I'm doing on the dish tomorrow. Beyond that, I don't know. It's going to be a bit of a struggle, but we'll see. Anyway, so yeah, you know, so if you're looking for a wholesome fish and chips dinner without it being deep fried from the chippy, and third of the price, because you know, fish and chips are around you £6 now. Yeah, £6 for fish and chips down the chippy. Admittedly, you get a lot more chips, but you don't get fish fingers and a piece of fish and 2 chicken toppers. You know, so it's a bit of a mix. You know, that's what I like on the thing. I don't want a plate of all the same thing. And these economy fish fingers are good. They taste like you know, the round fish cakes you get in a chippy. It kind of tastes like that, which I think they're mostly potato anyway. In the except for these fish fingers, these are quite high in fish. Around about the 50% mark now. Anyway. Okay, well, I'll leave that with that. It's going to be a short video compared to some of them, but okay. So I'll just remind you, The Real Show Barbecue. If you could, you know, check him out. If you're into you know, meat. If you're a vegetarian, that probably won't help me much. But you know, if you want any ideas, like I say, you know, he'll use the American sauces, but you know, just you know, mix and match. Because I watched him. You know, he's actually quite in depth. He put oil on the rack of ribs. Then he put some powder, and I saw him put some sort of coating of sugar and honey, and then some kind of sauce. Wrap it up in tin foil, then put it back in the oven for. He's already cooked it for a while. Did all that, and then wrapped it up in tin foil and put it back in the oven. Oh, I'll tell you what, the amount of work he puts into it, you know. Well, anyway, check him out. Say that I sent you, and let's see if we can get this, you know, the ball rolling. Because you know, see if we can get the little guys, you know, because he's looks like he's doing very well. He's not up to the 1,000 subs yet. So you know, maybe we'll shout his name out. Maybe we can get him up to the 1,000. Okay. Anyway, there you have it. And yeah, come back tomorrow, and I'll show you what I'm going to do with that bread. Thanks very much for watching. Bye bye.